And welcome back here to the Shed. Rusty Witcher with you here on the Swather Sports Network. My cohort, Eli Roth, he'll be up here in just a second. He plays C-Team, so there's always a little bit of a give and take when you're trying to get back up here. Swathers and Garden Plain about to do battle here in the boys' side of things. Hesston's 1-1, ranked number 6 in 3A. They lost to Southeast of Saline last Friday night, 56-46, but head coach Garrett Roth picked up his first win Tuesday night with a 56-39 victory over Rose Hill. Garden Plain, they're 1-1 on the season. They lost to Wichita Trinity to open their season 53-31, but picked up a 53-24 win over Nickerson on Tuesday. Now I'm joined by Eli. Eli, good to have you with me. I think you're with me. Are you with me? Okay, wait a second. How did I not do this right? We'll get him here in just a second. Oh. Now are you with me, Eli?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think you're with me. Are you?
Yeah.
You are with me, but I'm going to make sure that you are turned up the right volume. Okay, now we're good to go, I think. So, starting lineup here tonight for the Garden Plain Owls. Number 1, a 6'1 sophomore, Max McGregor. Number 2, a 5'10 senior, Colton Howcup. Number 10, a 5'11 sophomore, Seth Duggan. Number 12, a 5'9 sophomore, Cooper Shear. And number 32, a 6'3 sophomore, in Caden Castleman. Eli, we were talking a little bit. This is a lot of sophomores for Garden Plain to start.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Swather starting lineup tonight. Number 4, a 6'4 senior in Jake Proctor. Number 5, a 6'3 junior in Adrian Hernandez. Number 11, a 6'2 senior in Tyler Ruerts. Number 25, a 6'3 senior Lane McGill. And number 33, a 6'2 senior in Micah Dawson. Those are our starting lineups tonight for our matchup of the boys' side of things. The Owls are coached by Mark Powell, assisted by James Todd, Lorenzo Barnes. The Swathers coached by Garrett Roth, assisted by Gavin Schumann and Lance Carter. So we are set for action. Eli, we did say that you did play C-Team. How'd that go this afternoon?
We won by 16, I believe.
Okay, good. Good deal. Good deal. So full slate of games. This is a great time of year. The Hesston Swather Winter Classic. I wish they could play all 3 games at this location. You've got games played at Hesston College tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the Swathers will host Nickerson. Garden Plain travels over to Yost Center. They'll take on Rose Hill over at the friendly confines on Hesston College campus. Good things to come tonight. Swather girls picking up the victory. Led in scoring, Kendall Bruggen had 17 points in the win, and Carly Bartell had 10 points in the first half. So good win there for the Swathers to move to 2-1, dropping the undefeated Garden Plain Owls to 2-1. We're glad you're with us here on the Swather Sports Network. We're going to have a lot of fun this season. Games tomorrow night, Tuesday night as well. Don't forget, coming up on Saturday, it's the Hesston Invitational. If you're a fan of the Gladiators on the mats, they'll be streaming those matches here from the Shed. And we're going to call it the Shed. We're calling it the Shed. Your brother's named the Shed. We're calling it the Shed.
Yes, sir.
All right. I like it. I like it.
So here we go, Rusty.
Okay.
I think the size advantage in this game is going to be the big difference, because you see here, they have 2 6-foot guys starting on their team, we have 5.
5, yes, 5 over 6 feet, in fact, and can bring in 6'6" and 6'5" off the bench as well.
Yeah.
So that is a definite advantage. You don't see a lot of teams bringing those off the bench. You know, I saw a stat, Eli, and I looked at this on, I think it was Twitter. Riverton, they are huge in 3A. They are gigantic. They bring, I think they go 6'7", 6'6", 6'8" on to starting lineup for 3A basketball. Those are really tall kids.
Yeah. Reed Friesen, who's going to come off the bench tonight, and Jackson Fry, they both had a dunk in the first quarter of the JV game tonight.
I know, I heard. I didn't see Reed's dunk, but I did hear that Jackson had a dunk. That's impressive.
They were going nuts.
Oh, they were. I would have gone nuts. I couldn't dunk. I would go nuts if I could jump and touch the net. You know, when you get to be my age, you understand your limitations. And a man's got to know his limitations. You don't have any limitations. You've got a lot of growing to do, so you're set. You're set, my man. You're set. This is going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see what is in action. You know, Eli, we were looking a little bit about the stats, and one stat that jumped out is Max McGregor shooting 54% from behind the arc. Kind of got to know where he has the basketball at all times.
Yes, sir. And reverse ways, Jake Proctor, on the other hand, put up a 30-piece over there at Rose Hill, so they're going to have to...
I did not know that. He hung 30 up there. Whoa, was it 30 on the nose?
Yeah, 30 on the nose.
That's a lot of points. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot, Eli. Here we go. Here's the first question. First question for you. Do you know the most amount of points for a Hesston High School boy in a single game?
No, sir.
Okay, it is 37 points by Steve Henson in the late 70s against Remington, I do believe. Kaysen Richardson,
yeah,
he had 36, so he's right up there along with Brad Gaddis had 36.
If I was going to say anything, I would say Kaysen.
Kaysen had 36.
That's who I remember.
Yeah. So we're set for action here from the shed, and the Swathers set to do battle. Adrian Hernandez will jump against Caden Castleman. We are set to go. And the ball in the air, the tip controlled by the Swathers, and Tyler Ruert's hands off. Jake Proctor, your 6'4" point guard, will work across the timeline, trying to set this offense up. Lane McGill, high post, back to Proctor. Proctor left alone, drives all the way in, scoop shot up and good. Proctor lays it up and count the basket, the foul, and Proctor.
I think they called a charge on Jake Proctor right there.
They did call the charge. Oh, so they'll wave the bucket up. So Proctor picks up the foul, his first, team's first. And they'll lob it in on the far side. Proctor comes up with a steal. Swathers have numbers on the 3-2 break. Back the other way, Adrian Hernandez. He'll muscle the shot up, but will not go. Owls with the defensive clear. Here comes McGregor ahead to Dugan. Dugan's shot will not go. Rebound tipped around, pulled down by Tyler Ruertz. This pace is quick. Ruertz the other way. Another offensive foul called.
Swathers have to be careful right there. It's a 3-on-2 break with two guys standing there on the lane. You gotta maybe dump that off or pay attention.
So Swathers commit their second turnover off the offensive foul, and the Swathers showing full court man-to-man. Dugan far side finding Huckop, who misses the three. The rebound pulled down, and that one batted out of bounds off of Garden Plain, going to the Swathers.
Another big difference between the Rose Hill and the Southeast of Saline game. Jake Proctor had fouled out with about 3 minutes to go in the Southeast game.
He did.
And he committed no fouls against Rose Hill, so it was a big difference on.
Speaking of Proctor, from 15 from the baseline, will not go. Rebound torn down by the Owls. Here come the Owls on the fast break. Owls working against Swathers in a man-to-man. Going back toward McGregor. McGregor draws the foul, and the second foul, third foul of the contest. That going again, if that's on Proctor, that's number 2, and it is. And Proctor picks up his second. He will head to the bench for an extended stay in our first period. McGregor at the free throw line where he will shoot 2. The first free throw will not drop for McGregor. He came in leading the team with points per game. Jackson Fry checks in.
It's a tough break for the Hesston Swathers right there.
Your leading scorer going to the bench with 2 quick fouls in the opening frame. McGregor makes good on the first free throw, and the first point of the game belongs to Garden Plain. 6:52 to go here in the first quarter. Looks like the clock did not operate, and they're going to adjust that. They took 3 seconds off, so 6:49. Lane McGill keys it here. Micah Dawson in the near corner, and he's bumped there by Cooper Shear. Shear picks up his first personal foul.
Been a lot of fouls called in these first few minutes.
There have been. You are right. Jackson Fry on the far side, and that's batted out of bounds by Dugan and going to staying with the Swathers.
Play a huge factor in this game. The starters have to play on the bench.
Adrian Hernandez swinging it around. Tyler Ruert's near corner. Ruert's driving. Lost it, stripped away. Active hands. These Owls have active hands in the passing lanes in the early going. Castleman gives it on the far side. In the corner, McGregor. McGregor eyeing that 3 ball. He'll bounce away. Once again, down low, Dugan. On top, Cooper Shear. Sure tried to entry past the Castleman. Adrian Hernandez comes up with a swipe. Hernandez is thievery driving the other way, dumps it down. Ruwards going low block. And another offensive foul.
And that'll be the second on Tyler Ruwards.
Picks up his second personal foul, which brings Reed Friesen into the game quickly.
Swathers definitely have a height advantage now.
And those offensive fouls, while they're also fouls, they're also turnovers. They go in the book as a turnover. Reed Friesen comes in. And Garden playing on the offensive, and there's a lot of contact, no whistle that time. Far corner, Castleman working against Lane McGill. Backing it out. And the Owls toss away on the far side. Coach Roth with active hands on the bench. Catching that. 5:53 to play, first quarter. Garden Plain leads 1-0. Micah Dawson will run the point this time for the Big Red. Adrian Hernandez high post, kind of a horn set of the high post. Hernandez goes low block off the window, in and out. Rebound tipped around, saved by Garden Plain. Micah Dawson catching the half-court stripe. Wayne McGill on the far side.
It's been a defensive battle so far.
It absolutely has. Hernandez goes in, has his shot blocked. Here come the Owls flying down the court. There's a turnover on the Owls. And Eric Schmidt checking in the lineup. Suddenly the Swathers have gone very big with Reed Friesen coming in at 6'6", Eric Schmidt coming in at 6'5", but the Swathers turn it over. Neither team with a field goal, and that one is short the other way. Lane McGill comes up with a defensive clear out. We've played almost 3 minutes, no field goals. Lane McGill the other way. McGill dials up a three from the corner. Splash jam from Lane McGill. And the Swathers take the lead 3-1 on the tray from the corner. And the first field goal by either squad, Eli.
Yeah, they play a big factor. Looks like he drug his foot there, but no call.
Going perfectly off the glass, up and good. Dugan scores, and we're tied at 3.
Overcommit there by Eric Schmidt.
Got to stay at home.
Just got to contain. We're good.
Reed Friesen on the far side. On top, Eric Schmidt. Micah Dawson drives, picks up his dribble in the corner. Jackson Fry. Back to Dalston. Dalston reels in the loose ball. Eric Schmidt here on the near side, trying to find anyone down low. Jackson Fry finds Dalston. Dalston, the long two is up and good. Micah Dalston, the long-range two from just inside the arc, cans the jumper. Timeout taken. Full timeout taken.
Bradbury Group is a proud supporter of the Hesston High School Athletics. Bradbury is a family-owned custom equipment manufacturer headquartered in Mound Ridge. They are currently hiring for entry-level and advanced manufacturing careers. Bradbury's family environment, variety, and challenging work opportunities to advance, and great benefits are unmatched. To learn more, visit bradburygroup.com.
So thank you to Bradbury for being one of our sponsors as we're in our first quarter. Swathers leading 5-3. Couple field goals here. Lane McGill with a 3. Micah Dawson with a 2. Seth Dugan has a 2 on his side of things.
Swathers really looking to get that ball to the rack, and so far they haven't been able to.
Yeah.
Been really crowding that lane, making them hit the outside jumpers, which is why this game's a little bit closer than people would have anticipated right about now.
But it is definitely a battle. We're seeing two teams flying up and down the floor. Love it. I love basketball, so this is great.
Isaac Sanchez checks in for the first time all season after hurting his back during football season. We got cleared just a few days ago to play, and here he is.
Garden Plain trying to answer back. McGregor dials up from deep. His 3 will not go. Rebound Jackson Fry. And Jackson bringing the ball the other way. Schmidt finding Lane McGill. Lane drives baseline, cut off. On top, Eric Schmidt. Thought about a 3 from the top of the key. Jackson Fry, he'll drive. Fry with the runner. That's a little bit strong on the rebound, hauled down by McGregor and the Owls. Here comes Garden Plain. A 3 from the near side, well short, falls right in the hand of Reed Friesen. So Reed gets probably one of the easiest rebounds he'll get all season long as it falls right in his hands. Isaac Sanchez trying to set this offense up.
There's nothing better than that. Rebound right in your breadbasket.
Free stat, right? A free stat. Eric Schmidt high post down low, Reed Friesen, that's stripped away. Garden Plain comes away with it. And a foul on Jackson Fry. And Jackson picks up his first personal foul. 5th team foul on the Swathers. As Micah Dalston checking back in quickly for the host team. Adrian Hernandez also checking back in the lineup as Lane McGill takes a seat. .307 to go in our opening quarter. That's tossed away. Eric Schmidt with a save. Isaac Sanchez, far side, finding Adrian Hernandez, who was all alone, but the pass goes a little high, a little strong, out of bounds. Turnover to Swathers. Caden Castleman catching, giving it back to McGregor. Al's working on the far side. Back to McGregor, he's all alone. Friesen close out.
Great defense by Reed Friesen right there.
It was. Down low they go, and there's an active hands. Adrian Hernandez steps in front of a passing lane. And the Swathers come up with a steal and a turnover. Micah Dalston straight away. Points at a premium here in this first quarter. Sanchez. Reed Friesen, far side wing. Micah Dalston, 15 feet on the baseline. And Dalston backs away. Adrian Hernandez. Little shake and bake, drives all the way in. And a blocking foul will be called on Garden Plain. Max McGregor picks up his first personal foul. Sends Adrian to the stripes, so the junior will have the first free throws being attempted by Hesston with 2:09 to go. I see Carly Bartel has moved into the camera operator, producer spot, and she's got a sandwich as Adrian knocks the free throw down. Colton Diller making his first appearance for the Swathers tonight.
Schmidt comes out of the game and put a little bit littler lineup in there with Isaac Sanchez being a little bit smaller than some of the others on the floor.
Rebound pulled down by Seth Dugan. McGregor playing it on the far side, Shear. Under 2 to go. McGregor dials up from deep. His three well strong. Colton Diller with the rebound ahead to Isaac Sanchez. Colton Diller on top, Reed Friesen. Sanchez on the far side. Give it back to Reed Friesen. He'll let a three go. His three will not drop. Rebound, fought for and taken in. 30-second timeout taken.
Hey Swather fans, thanks for choosing the Hesston Pharmacy. When you support your locally owned and operated pharmacy, you make it possible for us to pass it on to Hesston kids with ads like this. Thank you and go Swathers.
6-3 our score in the first quarter. Swathers leading in what has been a fast-paced first quarter, Eli, but no scoring. Not a lot of scoring. Neither team's shooting for the ball very well, but a very intense first quarter.
Swathers with Tyler Ruertz and Jake Proctor both on the bench with 2 fouls.
They are.
So.
Foul trouble abounding for the Hesston lineup. Go back door. There's a layup that will not drop. Reed Friesen pulls the rebound down. Ahead, Adrian Hernandez. Snaps it past Lane McGill. Catching, shooting, will not score. A follow by Hernandez, but a blocking foul. Basket did not count.
The other end, there's a missed layup, and Garden Plains missed way too many of those so far in this game. It's 2 or 3 now, and
yes.
One way you can get more points is just execute on the easiest shot in basketball.
Free throw by Lane McGill, too strong. Castleman checking back in the lineup. Jackson Fry makes his return. They always talk about missing those bunnies. You don't want to miss those bunnies, and the Swathers have done that a couple times.
Yeah.
Second free throw by McGill. It is up, and it rattles home. Lane's free throw is good. He makes good on 1 of 2, 4 points for McGill. And there's a turnover forced by the Swather defenders. Jackson Fry driving, dumps it, and that pass picked off by the Owls, but the Owls tossed away on the far side.
Sloppy few possessions
It
there
is,
by
but both squads helter-skelter basketball, resulting in a lot of turnovers. I'd like to see the numbers. I bet we've had more turnovers than shot attempts in the opening period. We're under a minute to go, 57 seconds in fact. Dalston with it on top, Diller. Adrian working top of the circle. Trying to go back door, that ball batted away, taken in by the Owls one more time. What a nifty two-step, up and good. Hawkup scoring. And it's 7-5. Both teams with a pair of field goals here in the early going. Actually, the late first quarter, if you will. Colton Diller on top. Micah Dawson. Swathers look to hold for one. 15 on the clock. Diller plays to Dawson. Far side, Jackson Fry. Fry trying to drive, cut off. Skips it all the way across. Nobody home. And
threw that one into the stands. That was a pretty strong pass.
A little bit too much mustard on that.
Yeah.
Garden playing with it with 7.5. McGregor driving down McGregor. Stepping through. Down low, Castleman runner. An offensive foul on Castleman. And Castleman picks up his first personal foul. So we have seen the officials establish that they are watching for those offensive fouls tonight. And you
Four of them called so far.
4 of them called, you're right. And you have to adjust as a player. Dalston, the half-court heave, good if it goes, and a little bit strong. We've played one. Swathers lead 7-5 after one.
We'd like to thank all the SSN sponsors that have supported us this year. We've been able to enroll more students in our programs and continue to create quality content, largely because of your support. From all of us at Swather Sports Network, thank you.
That's right, very much thank you.
GLC Real Estate Services Incorporated is your hometown real estate agency. It is a proud sponsor of the Hesston Swathers. Call the GLC team for all your real estate needs. Call 620-327-3100 or find us at www.glcrealestate.com or on Facebook.
Start of our second quarter coming up. The Swathers leading the Owls 7-5 after one.
Jake Proctor checks back in for the Swathers.
Oh, Mr. 30 himself has to check him back in. Hawkup with it. Gives off Castleman. He'll drive all the way in. Castleman drives his way into an offensive foul. 5 offensive fouls. Is that our tally so far? Wow. Castleman picks up his second personal foul. That brings in Ty Shear. As the entry pass to Lane McGill. Foul charge to Garden Plain. That foul goes against Ty Shear. He picks up his first personal foul. McGill catching straight away. Friesen, top of the circle. Proctor dials up from deep. His three spins off. Rebound Lane McGill. McGill going up with the left hand off the window. Rebound, fought for, pulled down, and the Owls have it. Hawk up the other way. Hawkup swings it over. That's tipped, reeled in by the junior Campling. Standing by, guarded by Eric Schmidt. Camping goes the hole strong. His shot a little strong. Rebound pulled down Jake Proctor. Proctor the other way. Proctor has it tipped out of bounds, and they say last touch by the Swathers. And I'm not sure, I don't think either coach is real thrilled with the way their squad's playing in this early first half.
I don't think so either. Swathers look to get in transition and just score it and outrun everybody, but it's not working so far.
That pass down low. Schmidt gambles and Campling scores. And we're tied at 7, each team with a touchdown. Proctor elevates from about 12. That is rattling around in and out. Rebound pulled down. This is more what you expect if Garden Plain and Hesston were playing football rather than basketball. 7-7 as McGregor's jumper doesn't drop. These two teams have had a lot of history on the gridiron and have seen some great games between the two squads over the years. Jackson Fry back in for the Swathers. Team fouls fairly even, 6 for the Owls, 5 for the Swathers. Fry looking to drive, baseline, dumps it down. Lane McGill off the window, up and in. A nifty assist there on a great dump-off pass, and the Swathers cash in from close. Shear back on top, McGregor working. A timeout taken by Garden Plain. 30-second timeout coming up for the Owls.
Rolling Wheels is a proud sponsor of the Hesston Swather Sports Network. Since 2016, Rolling Wheels has been our local pre-owned car dealer, and we are proud to help many Swathers get into their first ride. Call or text us at 620-869-9982. Go Swathers.
Garden Plain calling timeout to save possession. As they'll have it right to the right of the scorer's table. McGregor to toss it in. Finding Shear. Back to McGregor near corner. Front of the Swather bench, McGregor working. Campling, he scored the last bucket for Garden Plain. Back on top, McGregor dials up from deep. His three crawling off. Rebound Campling. Campling trying to muscle a shot up. Guarded down low by a couple Swathers. Swathers swarming. That's taken away by Jackson Fry ahead. Eric Schmidt. Eric going down low, and a blocking foul is whistled.
That's the right call right there. Garden Plain defender was not set. Eric Schmidt went right into him, making him force a foul.
Seth Dugan picks up his first personal foul. Eric Schmidt, he'll be at the free throw line to shoot 2. The first free throw by Schmidt, crawling around and dropping home. Second chance upcoming for Schmidt. And Eric's free throw, nothing but the bottom of the net. Swathers have extended the lead 11-7. Colton Diller checking in this game. This game can only be described as a physical, quick war here. And that pass quickly down low, and the shot somehow up and in for Ty Shear. Don't know how he did that, Eli. He was off balance, but he got it home.
That's always a tough shot. Fading away, defender on your back. Never want to make that.
Owls tip the pass out of bounds, staying with the Swathers. Jackson Fry to bring it in here from the baseline on our left. Plays it down, Eric Schmidt. Colton Diller, Lane McGill near corner. Jackson Fry one more time, Colton Diller corner, dumps it down Adrian Hernandez. Adrian goes to work, goes one way, gets his defender to go up the lane, but can't cash in. And Proctor will check back in. Eric Schmidt straight away, giving to Proctor. Proctor driving, elevating from 12, the shot rattling home. And Jake Proctor with his first field goal of the contest. And the Swathers now in front, 13-9. going back door. And an offensive foul charged. Haka picks up his second personal foul. Charges galore tonight. Eli.
I've never seen this many in a single basketball game. It's crazy. Proctor
dials up straight away. His three splashing down. Jake Proctor with 5 straight points. And the Swathers have opened the biggest lead of the ball game, 7. It's 16-9. McGregor trying to answer back. Hawk up here on the near side.
Even if you give Jake Proctor just a tiny bit of room, he's going to take advantage of it. So
Hawk up shot misses. Proctor with a rebound ahead to Lane McGill. Lane McGill off balance. His shot up and good.
Looks like he traveled there. Shuffled his feet maybe a little bit, but refs didn't catch it and made a nice basket.
8 points for Lane McGill. Swathers have doubled Garden Plain, 18-9.
Swathers on a little 7-0 run here.
It is, absolutely. There's another steal by Lane McGill. He'll race in. Lane's left-handed layup a little strong. Think he might have heard footsteps there, possibility. Knew someone was coming behind him, wouldn't get it up. A quick release three will not drop. And Proctor with the rebound. Proctor flying down the floor. Proctor does the senior move, slows it down. Eric Schmidt, near side Colton Diller. Eric Schmidt dials up from deep. You're at 6'5", junior missing, and Colton Diller goes up and over and commits a foul. Colton Diller picks up his first personal foul.
Micah Dawson and Reed Friesen check back into the game for the Swathers.
Dawson's been on the bench, got himself a good breather here. 3:29 before halftime. Ball nearly tossed away on the far side. The three by Campling off the mark. Rebound Reed Friesen. Ahead Dalston. Dalston coming down the floor here near side.
Jake Proctor's asking for it over there on the right wing.
Reed Friesen near side. Micah Dalston in the corner. Dalston gives it down low. Proctor's three will not drop. Rebound tipped. There's Aiden Hernandez with the offensive rebound. Lane McGill left alone. His three from straight away. Good. Lane McGill, have yourself a game, kid. That's Lane's second three of the ball game. 11 now for Lane, and the Swathers with a steal. Jake Proctor from 12 elevates, swishes down, and that is a furious run here by the Swathers. It's 23-9, a full timeout taken.
Hesston College receive a minimum scholarship package of 65% of tuition, a discount of over $19,000 per year at Hesston College when you meet the following criteria: graduate from a high school within 50 miles radius of Hesston College, live on campus, meet admission acceptance standards. With your discount, you are guaranteed to pay less than the average price of K-State, KU, and Wichita State. Hesston College, start here, go everywhere.
So a full timeout taken by Garden Plain to try and stop this run. It has been a flurry of action for the Swathers on the defense. Good defense, Eli, leads to offense a lot of the time. If you play good defense, it's amazing how easy those offensive buckets come.
Swathers are playing really good defense, and eventually those buckets have been coming in 12-0 run really quickly.
By Lane McGill. McGill with 11, 7 for Jake Proctor so far.
7 for Jake Proctor in the past about 3 minutes, because he really didn't play that first quarter.
It's been a very, very quick 7 points for Mr. Proctor. And I think after someone scores 30, I think you have to call them Mr. Proctor from that point on, or Mr., don't you? Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Max McGregor working with a double team coming. Swather showing a trap, and there's a reach in on called on Lane. Lane picks up his first personal foul.
The Golden Eagles are in the bonus 1-1 after the Swathers committed their 7th personal foul just there.
Yeah. So at the free throw, Seth Dugan, his first free throw will not drop. Lane McGill with the rebound.
Good box out right there. Just getting in front and driving him backward.
Proctor on top. There's Proctor left alone. His three from the wing. He's all alone. That rattles home. You can't leave him that open as he knocks down his 10th point of the contest.
2 for 4 from 3 from now Jake Proctor.
That's solid. 26-9. The Swathers all over. And there's a steal by Lane McGill. Proctor on the far side giving up. Jackson Fry dishes back down low. That's swatted out of bounds. Actually, give Seth Dugan there a lot of credit. He was behind the play, did what he could, batted out of bounds, stopped an easy bucket. You like those active hands by the sophomore.
Yeah, that's what coaches teach. Always follow the play and never give up on it.
Jake Proctor on the far side. Proctor dials up from way downtown. That's a different zip code. Put it in the book as he splashes down his third three of the contest.
Feeling hot around the arc right there.
Just like that, Jake Proctor has outscored Garden Plain. He has 13, Garden Plain with 9.
Great defense by Lane McGill.
Hawk up over on the far side. McGregor trying to get set. His three will not drop. McGregor came into the contest shooting 54%, has yet to connect from deep. Swathers have been aware of where the sophomore has been every time.
How many has he put up?
I think 3 or 4. There's a foul whistled on Jackson Fry. Fry picks up his second personal foul. Hawk up at the line to shoot a 1-on-1, excuse me. And the first free throw. Hawkup's free throw will not drop. Garden Plain struggling at the free throw line. They're just 1 of 4. Lane McGill for 3. His 3 does not drop.
Got a little too excited right over there.
Possibly a little bit of a heat check there. Yeah, I understand. 29-9, Swathers by 20. It was 7-5 at the end of the first quarter. Under a minute to go here. As Jackson Fry with a steal. Fry racing down. Fry, his shot will not drop. That one tipped out of bounds. And here comes Reed Friesen. Looks like it was off of the Owls.
Here come the Owls with some size to match.
Isaac Sanchez checking back in. Ty Shear and Gabe Campling in for Garden Plain.
Jake Proctor checking out, make sure he doesn't pick up that third foul in these last 15 seconds.
You're up by 20, you take your hot hand out with 2 fouls. Great observation. There's Lane McGill blocked from behind, but Reed Friesen cleans up the make. Right place, right time for Reed Friesen. He has his first bucket of the contest, and the Swathers have extended the lead. McGregor from deep, his 3 will not drop. Reed Friesen skies for the rebound, can't pull it down. Gabe Campling, right place, right time, as he cleans up the mess underneath and has himself a rebound, breaking a long drought for the Owls. 10 seconds on the clock for Dalston. Dalston with 8. Down low, Friesen muscles the shot up, draws a foul, and Reed Friesen will shoot a pair. That's a good take with the clock winding down.
Great tank, just using his size to his advantage, going up over a little bit shorter defender and taking advantage.
The free throw by Friesen does not drop.
It's the toughest thing in basketball is when it just hits around the rim and just falls right off. So frustrating to a shooter.
Second free throw coming up. His free throw clanks off. Rebound, Lane McGill. His shot will not go. And that is out of bounds off of Garden Plain.
Here comes Jake Proctor.
With 3.1 seconds to go, it's an offense for defense sub. You're going to hopefully get something to free up for either Dalston or Proctor.
Jake Proctor inbounding the ball here.
Mikey Dalston, Isaac Sanchez, back to Proctor. Proctor catching, shooting, good if it goes.
Bang!
And it does. Put it in the book.
Knocked down.
Jake Proctor cans the 3. The Swathers extend the lead 34-11. We will take a break. We'll be back with the start of the second half after
Jake
this.
Proctor with 16 points in that second quarter.
In the second quarter. We're back after this here on the Swather Sports Network. And welcome back here to the Shed. 34-11, Swathers up at the half. Remember, it was 7-5 at the end of the first quarter. That's a 27-6 quarter in the second quarter. Huge with quarter. It was sparked by Jake Proctor with 16 points in that second quarter. As Eli's almost back with us, he's finished up with a halftime snack. You gotta get your food in. I mean, C-team basketball player played this afternoon. I get you got to get your calories. Lane McGill to toss it in here for the Swathers, and off we go. Micah Dalston setting this offense up. Finding Proctor on the far side. Proctor's knocked down 4 threes. Driving down low. And that one tipped away, and the Owls have it. Here comes McGregor. And Eli, I've got a question for you when you have a little bit of time. And I don't know the answer, and I don't think you will know the answer, but we're going to speculate on that as that 3 misses. Rebound pulled down by Tyler Ruerts. Jake Proctor on the far side. Ruerts driving. He spent time on the bench and gets another offensive foul. That's his 3rd foul, and they've all been charges.
It's a tough break for
it is.
6-3 starter, I believe.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, we talked about this a little bit. You have to adjust to how the officials are calling it.
Yeah. Some officials like offensive fouls, some don't.
That's true.
Now, most of the offensive fouls tonight have been legit offensive fouls.
Without a doubt, there have not been any questionable offensive fouls at all. I mean, it has been consistent. Hockup drives and scores. Hockup with his 2nd field goal of the contest. He has 4. Tyler Ruerts on the far side. Adrian Hernandez, the hot hand Proctor. Proctor leads all scores with 16. Micah Dalston elevates from 15 from the baseline, a little short. That one tipped away. The smooth shooting senior can't cash in. Rebound pulled down by Garden Plain. Here comes Dugan, and McGregor dials up from deep. That one crawling off. Rebound pulled down. There's Proctor on a breakaway. Proctor flying down the floor. Proctor going up. He's fouled. The basket will not count. Proctor will head to the line and shoot 2.
If the defender would have been about 2 feet behind Jake Proctor, that would have been a slam if he was going to get the opportunity.
I think what you had right there was a case of a senior knowing that I'm not going to be able to make that dunk. I'm going to draw some contact. I'm going to try and get the ball to fall on a layup for a chance at an and one. That's just a wise senior, an old wise senior, if you will, who's played a lot of basketball as Proctor cans the first free throw. Second chance upcoming for the senior. It is up. It is good. Proctor spins home his second 18 now for Jake, and it's 36-13, all Swathers. With
Lane McGill overrides that cut from half court.
McGregor can't cash in on the coast-to-coast breakaway. Here come the Swathers the other way. 3-on-2, Lane McGill scores the bucket. It will count. Lane McGill will head to the stripe and shoot a free throw. As Lane McGill with 13 now, a chance for 14. And I think, and I don't know this, but I think we're approaching career high mark for Lane in varsity time.
Yeah, he's only played a few games in his career, and this is
this
his
third
best one so far.
Yeah. Getting the start and a chance for the and one, the 3-point play, the conventional, old-fashioned, whatever you will. That 3-pointer, the free throw does not drop, and the rebound tipped around. The Owls have it.
Lane McGill also plays a big role on defense because he guards the big man, and he really guard anybody. He's like one of our better defenders. So,
as that Castleman inside, he muscles his shot up and in. Caden Castleman scores his first bucket of the contest. Proctor down low, Adrian Hernandez. Adrian backs his way down, up and under, left to short, gets his own rebound. Stick back will not go, and the rebound hauled in by Castleman. 2 great chances for the junior, just couldn't find the range. Hawk up the other way, poked away, reeled in by Castleman. Here on the near side, the 3 spins off, rebound Tyler Ruerts. Cooper Shearer, and Ruerts lost it the other way. Lots of contact bodies everywhere. Giving up McGregor with the left hand off the window, and McGregor has his first field goal of the contest.
Yeah, it's surprising. He's one of their better scorers, and he's just now made his first bucket. Like 0 for 5 or 6 from 3-point land, and having a rough night.
But finds and sometimes those close ones, the Swathers nearly turn it over off of Garden Plain. Sometimes those close shots spark you, kind of get some rhythm back, and you can get going. Reed Friesen and Jackson Fry check back in the lineup for the Swathers. 38-17 our score. They lob it down low. Reed can't reel it in. An incomplete pass. From wide receiver to quarterback, if you're talking football positions. So Jake played wide receiver, Reed played quarterback.
Towards the end of the year, Reed played a little bit of wide receiver.
He did, but
just because of his size is really what it was for.
He's a tough matchup at 6'6" on the gridiron as a wide receiver. McGregor drives, kicks out in the corner. Hockup dials up from deep. That crawls off. Micah Dawson with the rebound, looking to run on a run out. He'll bring it up the floor. Dawson keep crossing over Hockup.
Great cut by Jake Proctor.
And Proctor can't find the range. It was a great look. The only thing that didn't happen was the ball going in the hole. McGregor driving, and he is fouled.
A little bit too much contact there by Swather defenders, by Reed Friesen right there.
And Reed picks up his first personal foul. They preach it. Coaches preach it, Eli. Play defense with your feet, not your hands. Hockup working back on top. Seth Dugan, guarded by Proctor. And Proctor pushing Dugan back. Dugan trying to get some
help defense by Reed Friesen right there.
Shear with it here on the near side. Near corner to Colton Hockup. He couldn't hold on to it. It's out of bounds. Back to the Swathers with 4:25 to go.
What was that question you were going to ask me a while ago?
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure the mark for most three-pointers in a game by a Hesston High School player. I think it's about 5. I don't think there's ever been anyone who's hit 6 in a game. I think 5 might be the mark, 4 or 5. Which is kind of surprising. We've had a lot of shooters come through these ranks.
Jake Proctor didn't shoot so well at Rose Hill. From 3 at least, but looks like he found it again this game.
Proctor wiggling his way out of traffic, lobs it ahead, and Hockup read it perfectly.
Didn't see him. Poor mistake by the senior right there.
Castleman driving in, lays it up and in. Caden Castleman scores. Garden Plain wants a full timeout to talk things over. And we'll turn it over to Eli on the ad break.
Central Kansas Counseling, serving individuals, couples, families, and kids throughout the region. Central Kansas Counseling walks alongside you in the pursuit of living a more healthy, courageous, and authentic life. Call now to get started. KSI Realty. Rachel Burge and Brendan Nebel focus on relationships and going beyond the sale. Let this KSI team show you the proven results and down the I-35 corridor. Hashtag sold by KSI.
All right. Thank you to our sponsors that makes these broadcasts so possible. We cannot do it without them. You know, they do so much for us, and we can get so many kids involved. It's a great thing to be a part of the Swather Sports Network. And we're breaking in a group of young guns tonight. Eli, you get to be one of those young guns tonight, man.
Having a blast so far.
Good. You're doing great. This is a lot of fun. 39-18 our score. Swathers by...
Swathers have stalled a little bit since the start of the third quarter. Struggling to score the ball. Looks like Garden Plain scored a few straight baskets. To see if that plays out.
Yeah, Swathers only 1 field goal here in this third quarter.
Interested that Garden Plain called a timeout, not Hesston. I thought it'd be Hesston, not Garden Plain.
Micah Dawson driving in, kicking out, or wanting to kick out, finds Sanchez straight away. Jackson Fry on top. Isaac Sanchez dials up from deep. That one up and good shooter's roll for Isaac Sanchez. Sanchez cans the 3 living right as that ball hits the front of the iron, goes up over.
Those are his first points of the season.
He cans a 3, and
there's his first points.
I think, yes, those are his first points tonight.
First points of the season right there for Isaac Sanchez.
Isaac on top, Lane McGill. Far side. Micah Dawson back on top. Lane McGill did a lot of heavy lifting with Proctor on the bench as Lane backs his way down. Shot out the basket will count. Lane McGill will go to the line with a chance to complete the 3-point play.
Lane McGill having a really good game so far tonight.
15, a chance to get to 16. The foul whistle on Seth Dugan. He picks up his 4th personal foul.
There comes Jake Proctor back into the game for the Swathers.
Proctor checking back in. I'm missing some fouls here, but that's neither here nor there. We'll catch up as we go. That free throw by McGill is good. McGill completes the three-point play. 16 now for the senior, 18 for Proctor. Those two players have 34 of Hesston's 44 points. Cooper Shearer on top, working all the way around Campling. Down low, Castleman. Castleman, nice little up and under with a double pump, and Castleman has 6 points all in this quarter.
Starting to get that high.
Jake Proctor on top, swinging it over Jackson Fry. Fry stepping down, kicks it out. Lane McGill thought about a three. He'll drive a short corner, cut off by two Owls. Gives off Proctor, that's tipped away. Stolen by Dugan. Dugan racing in, swatted from behind by Jackson Fry.
Yeah, never give up on the play.
No, he did not. Came up with the block.
Pretty aggressive block, too, if you're going to ask me.
There was some anger. We'll call it anger behind that block. How about anger? 44-21. Garden playing with the basketball. Hawk up trying to key it in, find Campling, that's loose. Ruerts comes away with it. Ruerts racing down, finding Proctor. Proctor to Ruerts. Nice little give and go. Ball never hit the floor, and Ruerts has his first bucket of the contest.
It's the fastest way to get the ball up the floor, passing it.
Never letting it hit the floor. And it turns into 2 easy points. Here on the near side, Campling, he'll try a three. His three will not drop off the heel. Rebound, Castleman. Castleman kicks it back on top.
How did he come away with that rebound? It was like 3 Swathers.
It's a long rebound, though. Sometimes on the three-pointers, those long rebounds, if you're not tracking the ball, you give those up.
Those are the rebounds that will hurt you right there.
Absolutely, especially with a team that shoot the three. As Castleman muscle shot up and in, and suddenly the 6'3" sophomore Castleman, he has 8 in the quarter, and might be finding his way in the early going. This is a young, we talked about this, Eli, this is a young Garden playing team. They start 4 sophomores and a senior.
You don't see that very often except for the class of seniors last year. They all started as sophomores.
Jay Proctor, smooth jumper from 12 from the baseline, knocked it down, and it's 48-23. Adrian Hernandez with a steal. Adrian knifes his way, left it short. His follow will not go, and Adrian guilty of the foul on the rebound.
Having a tough time down low tonight. Just can't get those bunnies to fall, and he's starting to get a little bit frustrated.
They've been good looks. They've been
Great
good
looks.
You
Post touches and everything. Whole 9 yards.
Yeah, you don't change anything. They just haven't gone down. Team fouls even at 3 apiece after the foul on Hernandez. McGregor going deep. Jake Proctor, he might have done that in football time or two. Played defensive back and wide receiver, comes up with a steal. Hernandez dials up from deep, splashing down. Adrian Hernandez says, I can't score in close, I'm going to try long range, and knocks it down.
Now on that long pass, Jake Proctor, the first team DB, is specialty at that, so he knows what he's doing in that situation.
And Tyler Ruerts comes up and crashes into.
It's his 4th personal foul right there.
Yeah, crashes into Dugan. Just a hustle play, nothing malicious about that.
Here comes Armani McGovern off the bench. Another one of that big senior class for the Swathers.
Armani checking in. 51-23. It was 7-5 at the end of the first quarter. Don't forget that, and the Swathers peeled off a huge second quarter.
With the 16 points, Jake Proctor
yes.
outing again.
Castleman the far side. Clock winding down, 15 seconds. Lobbing down low. Schmidt comes up with a steal.
Oh, Jake Proctor's going to get a dunk on the other end. That's a tough one right there.
The foul whistled on Adrian on the push. Adrian picks up his second personal foul, 15th foul. 10.4 ticks to go here in the third quarter. As the Owls trying to toss it in and do. McGregor can't find any separation. Back to Shearer. Shearer with 3. Campling tries a three. His three up and good. Campling knocks a three down. And we've played 3 quarters here. Swathers lead the Owls 51-26. So what a third quarter we've had. At the second quarter, Swathers extending the lead. Just a good ball game. Tomorrow night, let's take a quick look at tomorrow, what tomorrow brings. Swathers will be hosting Nickerson. Nickerson and Hesston tipping off. JV action will start at 4:30 over here. They'll have JV at Yost Center between Rose Hill and Garden Plain. And then we'll have girls at 6 and boys at 7:30, roughly thereabouts, here as the Swathers will be hosting Nickerson, the Panthers. Those two schools have been locked up for a lot of years. Eli Nickerson joining what was the MCAA my senior year to start competing with Hesston High School. So that dates back to a few years ago. We're not going to mention how old I am. We're just going to say it's a few years back. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm
great. Okay, good.
With that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Whew. All right. Thanks for having my back, man. 51-26 our score. And we're in the fourth quarter. It'll be Garden Plain basketball. They lob it down low. Reed Friesen with the interception. He'll give off Jake Proctor. Proctor with 20 on the evening. McGovern. Down low, Lane McGill. Back on top, Reed Friesen. Far side, Micah Dalston. The Swather team finally, after their first game as Jake Proctor's three, good. Jake Proctor buries his 5th three of the contest. That might be the most threes in a game by a Hesston High School shooter. It's got to be close. As he hits his 5th of the contest.
The 3-point shot looks a lot better than it did.
23 in the game for Jake. There's a steal by Proctor.
There's a steal.
Proctor racing down, going up, and lays it up and in.
Felt the pressure from behind him.
And that will do it. The clock is going to run. This quarter will go quickly as we have hit the 30-point fourth quarter mark. It's a Kansas High School rule. It's going to be a quick 7 minutes of basketball.
Running clock the rest of the game.
Running clock the rest of the game. Nice backdoor cut. That is up, and that is good.
Can't swipe across the body like what Reed Friesen just did.
Nice take to the rack by Cooper Shear, though. And he'll have a chance to play it for the three-point play. And so the clock runs, and Eli, if you watch the clock on something like this, when you're lining up for a free throw, you can burn a lot of time in that running clock. I don't know, I've got mixed feelings about it. I'm not a huge fan of the running clock. As Shear will be at the free throw line. And a chance for the three-point play, and the free throw does not drop for the sophomore. That ball out of bounds.
Just couldn't bring it in there on the sideline.
56-28 our score. Proctor with it. On top, Friesen, Ruert's on the far side. They snap it pass down low. It's picked off by Campling.
Wouldn't be surprised if some of those bench guys got in the game
There's
here
a
soon.
steal by Jake Proctor. Proctor racing down. Thought about it. He thought about a three, changed his mind. Great dish in low. Lane McGill can't cash in, but he will score. Lane McGill, have yourself a day, kid. That's 18 for McGill. A full timeout is taken. We'll take the timeout.
Just want him to get those next 2 points. Give him a 20-piece.
Give him a 20-piece, and he's got 18. That's a career high for Lane McGill. So what a great game for McGill. I mean, 18 points. Played a role last year. JV got some minutes late, and you step up and you end up having an 18 in your 3rd game as a starter. That's a good mark.
It's a great mark.
We said in the girls' opening, yeah, the Hesston High School pep band. They're one of the top pep bands in the state without a doubt, and they bring it every night as you can hear them. They can make the shed very, very loud.
Yeah, the director, Lyle Graverson's a great director. He's very enthusiastic, and he knows what he's doing.
And boy, do they enjoy playing for him and bringing it night in and night out, the Swamper Pet Band. $58-28 our score. We have 5:37 to go. Clock will only stop in the running clock on timeouts, technical fouls, or injuries.
Swathers going to drop back at half court here.
Oh, absolutely, with a 30-point advantage. Cold Hawk up.
Tyler Ruitz right there. Doesn't need to pick up his 5th foul.
Giving off to McGregor. McGregor on top, finding Dugan. Dugan, he'll drive. Dugan back to Campling. That shot up and good for Campling. Campling's had himself a pretty good game here, Eli. He's got 9 off the bench.
All coming in the second half, too.
And he has himself, he's a junior, so he'll get another year next year, too. And there's Adrian Hernandez finally scoring in close. Adrian now with 6 points on the evening.
Great drive on the far side.
Campling, he'll try a 3. His 3 does not drop. Rebound, Colton Diller. Handing off Sanchez. Isaac working it up to 4. 4.5 to go here in this contest. All Swathers. What was a very physical, turnover-laden first quarter gave way to the Swather onslaught as they scored 27 points in that second quarter. Colton Diller finding Tyler Ruertz on the far side. Ruertz driving, and there's a blocking foul.
Thought he was going to get his 4th charge of the night and foul out.
I did too, to tell you the truth.
That would have been a really tough break for the Swathers.
And there's the 5th foul on Seth Dugan. Dugan finishes the night with 2 points for Garden Plain.
That was a hard-fought game by Dugan, though. Just played really hard on the defensive end, and might not have scored, but he was a great role player.
Brady Bragg checking in the game. Ty Shear back in. And McGregor back in as well. Tyler Ruert's first free throw up and good. Second chance for Ruert's. And the second opportunity coming up for the senior. That free throw will not drop. Eric Schmidt, though, in for the rebound. He'll draw a foul, so Eric will head to the line and shoot free throws.
Some more time will shut off the clock with these free throws right here.
Yeah,
especially that running clock.
Yeah, free throws eat clock in the running clock. I've had enough radio games where that running clock turns on, you burn a minute or so shooting free throws. You get substitutions coming in before or after the first free throw, and the second free throw for Eric does not drop. Can't get the roll, either one. 61-30 our score. All Swathers. Shear trying to drive, they kick it out. The 3 from straight away does not drop. Rebound, Reed Friesen.
He went over like 3 people there to get that rebound.
And didn't commit a foul.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Colton Diller, far side, Isaac Sanchez. Diller straight away, and now the Swathers work the ball around the perimeter, finding Sanchez cutting the rack. Sanchez shot up, will not fall. Friesen, though, trying to follow, goes up, left it short, gets a rebound, fighting for it, and the tie-up possession arrow staying with the Swathers.
Friesen was actually going up to put back that for a dunk, but it didn't turn out as planned.
Gage Dexter in the game.
Here comes the bench for the Swathers.
So we've got
senior, 3 sophomores, and a freshman will check into the game.
Maddox Williams, the freshman, to toss it in and find the quick shot inside, and that will send
Asher Dutchendorf to the
line. So I can start filling out the scoring here for the starting 5. Asher's free throw does not drop.
Speaking of Maddox Williams, he had himself a day in the JV game.
Did he?
He had like 25 points in the JV game.
Oh, goodness. Clock winding down here as we're under a minute. Second free throw for Asher coming up. That free throw is good. Asher gets a varsity point to his name. Here come the Owls the other way. Dump down pass to Brack. His shot doesn't go. Rebound pulled in Asher Dutchendorf, excuse me. Giving off, finding Blake Hansen. Armani back on top, Maddox. Carter Gonzalez also in the game here for the Swathers.
Swathers just looking to hold this.
Run down that clock and move to 2-1 here. The number 6 ranked team in 3A looked the part for 3 quarters there, I think we can safely say, Eli.
Yeah, they looked really good in the second through fourth quarters, but it was a tough first quarter, and that was a great bounce back in the second quarter.
It really was. It really was. And we're doing some quick tallying here of the points that I have unofficial scoring, that is. So for Garden Plain, they were led by Gabe Kaplan. Kaplan had 9. 8 for Caden Castleman. 3 for Max McGregor. 2 then for Seth Dugan. Oh, excuse me. Colt Hockup slips in there with 4. 2 for Dugan. 2 for Cooper Shear. 2 for Ty Shear. On the other side of things, Jake Proctor. 25 points. He's had 30 and 25 in 2 games, hitting 5 threes, in fact, which is, I think, might be one of the highest amounts of threes a Hesston High School player has ever hit in one game.
Pretty sure he had that amount in the first game, too, around that amount, too.
So he is right there on pace. 18 for Lane McGill, and Lane doing heavy lifting with Proctor on the bench. 6 for Adrian Hernandez. 3 for Tyler Ruertz. 3 for Isaac Sanchez. 2 there for Micah Dalston, 2 for Reed Friesen, 2 for Eric Schmidt, and a single point for Asher Dutchendorf. So the Swathers come away with a 62-30 win. They'll be back in action right here tomorrow night here on the Swathers Sports Network. Eli, I'll see you in the boys game again, won't I?
Yes, sir, you will.
All right. Great job, Eli. We had a lot of fun tonight. Yes, you did, sir me. We're going to talk about that as we go off the air. Thanks for joining us. We wish you the best. For Eli Roth, I'm Rusty Witcher saying thank you and good night.